Boy, Devin, are we working? Who's running the show?
And this is Rocky, and this is Well the Top Shelf. Every time we try to start this, well, one, if we have guests, it always gets fucked.
That's
every time.
Murphy's Law, yeah.
And tax rich, I don't know what that's. Anywho, so give us a second. I'm going to make sure that our audio is working. Before...
How are we sounding? Are we sounding? We're good? Are we good?
We are good. We are. Son of a bitch!
All right.
Yeah, so we're good. All right, we're going to try this all over again.
All right.
So I'm going to... Okay, we are working. I can hear me. We're fine. So,
what I was explaining on the poor quality video last time was today's liquor of choice is it's a tequila called Wahaka from Oaxaca, Mexico. Am I saying that right?
No, you're not.
Okay.
So, let me stop you there.
Yeah.
So Oaxaca, the name of the town.
Yeah.
That's Oaxaca, and for some reason I think they just write it like whitewashed so that you can say it right on the bottle.
How do you usually spell it?
It's Oaxaca, right?
Yeah.
And that's pronounced Oaxaca. Okay, but they spell it so people like you and I can pronounce it
and say Oaxaca.
Oaxaca.
Yeah.
See, the only reason I don't like that is I like being able to pronounce things that other people count. So if this was my tequila, that I drank all the time, I would like for someone to be like, "Oh, I would like some Witzixa," and I'd be like, "It's Oaxaca." I like to be that douche. You know what I mean?
Oaxaca. Okay.
Yeah, well,
so now all the white people can. I mean, people like me and you.
Right. Well, so I'll say this: it's got a pretty label.
It's got a pretty label.
Really nice cork. This same logo is actually in the bottle in the back. So if you guys saw that, pass that around. You guys take a little peek of that. The green strip on the bottom of the bottle explains the fermentation, the region it's from.
I mean, it's like the soil.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's actually
pretty cool.
It's a classy bottle, to be honest. It's under $40. Not a bad price for a bottle. So let's give it a taste test. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So those two are your guys's. I'm gonna do it out of the fancy. And then will you hand that back when I make the drink again?
Yeah, absolutely. So, smells good.
Does smell good.
Doesn't have that like super bitter.
That Cuervo smell, yeah.
All right. Cheers.
It's kind of sweet.
It's very sweet, but it's very dry at the end, which is surprising for tequila.
I dig that. I like that a lot. What do you think?
Pretty smooth.
Very smooth. Very smooth.
Like
yeah,
most
that is
tequila,
nice.
you take a shot and you make a face. Right?
Yeah. Do you guys want a lime? We do have lime. How's it pair with the lime?
The tequila was fine. That's sour.
The lime, you're like, oh, that's where it hits. Awesome.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah, I think it's really good. Again, that's Oaxaca. Oh, Oaxaca. Oaxaca. No, I'm butchering that name.
Oh, really?
What's that?
I would have never guessed that was Oaxaca. Seeing how I thought it had an X in it. Yeah, it's an O. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Oaxaca.
Oh, yeah, I would have never guessed that.
See, I knew that though. I just wasn't pronouncing it right.
Well, like, do you say the X in Mexico when you say?
It's
Mexico.
No, but I've never seen O make a wah noise. Like OA is like oasis.
Yeah.
In our tongue, it's oasis.
In your native tongue?
in our native tongue. All right, so perfect drink. Oh, well, let's first rate this.
Taste for tequila, because I'm not even really a big tequila guy, but I would probably give that. God, I really like that, honestly. I would say 8.1 for taste. That was good. That was good tequila.
What do you think?
As far as tequilas go, I'd say probably an 8.
I think I'm gonna
8.5.
8.5. Woo.
I think I would go. I think I would for it. I mean, it's a very pretty bottle. I do love this.
It's a pretty bottle.
A very pretty bottle. I'd probably do 7.9 as far as like price is concerned.
Yeah.
Right. Because if I was to put close to a $40 bottle with
Patron.
Well, no. So I'm not even thinking just based on a tequila. I'm thinking of just based on alcohol in general.
Right.
I think a $40 bottle of, I don't know, I think that there's here with tequila, and maybe I'm 100% wrong because maybe I just don't have the palate. I feel like there's not a huge gap difference between a $30 and a $50 tequila. Below, there's definitely a huge gap, but I feel like the 30 to 50,
I guess,
is
my thing is I haven't had enough tequila to know. Like we were doing whiskeys all day, right?
So I think I'm gonna do 7.9.
7.9. Okay.
So it's 7.9, 8.1 or 8.1,
8.0.
8.0.
What does it mean in the middle?
So it's me in the middle. So an 8.
So an 8.
That's pretty good.
For the price, for the look of the bottle, for the taste.
Oh yeah, for the price.
Not bad.
I think this is, if you're gonna take tequila somewhere, this is what you go with.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have to introduce my wife to that one.
Yeah.
Because she loves tequila.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
What's her favorite tequila?
Her go-to is Luna Sol.
That's actually a great one.
One more time. Slow down. A what?
Luna Sol.
Luna Solu?
Luna. Like
Luna.
Yeah.
Oh, Luna Sol.
Luna Sol.
That one's actually a
Got
pretty good
you.
one, I think.
Gotcha.
It's also pretty cheap too.
Yeah, it's a really good price bottle for what it is.
Cool. We'll have to try that out.
So I'm gonna hurry and make a Paloma real quick, and then we'll kind of bullshit. I've already made them some, but if you don't know how to make a Paloma, a lot of guys do. Sometimes they do it with squirt. Sometimes they do it with grapefruit. I'm one of the guys that I want to do it in the middle.
Yeah.
Right? I think it should have a little bit of both. So you add a couple of cuts of grapefruit, couple cuts of lime, and some mint. We're going to grab this.
It's like a garden in your mouth.
It is a little bit of a garden. When you can even see their drinks. It's a little bit of a garden, which I think it kind of it's the reason why that doesn't bug me too much is my favorite drink is a mixed drink is a
Mojito.
I love and mojitos are gardens.
Well, see, here's the thing: I can drink this and feel healthy.
That's true. Yeah. You do feel healthier.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
It's not,
I did read somewhere too that if you're diabetic, tequila has the least amount of sugar than other liquors.
Because it's made with what's it made with?
Agave.
Thank you. Kept going to say aloe vera, and I'm like, that ain't right. That ain't right. So you muddle that up a little bit, and then we're making ours a little strong today. So we're gonna do 2 shots of Wahaka.
I thought you were just getting poured straight.
I should have.
That's what I thought too. Whoa.
So just a little. It's all right. I'll suck it off my pants later.
Okay.
And then some squirt. No Fresca. None of that other bullshit. Just squirt.
Kick it old school with some squirt. I love squirt, to be honest. Don't be eyeballing me like that.
Okay. Anyway. That's good. Yeah. These will kind of sneak up on you because you can't really taste the tequila a whole lot. So, Rocky, tell us a little bit about yourself. You married, kids, anything like
that? Married, 1 kid, own a house.
Nice.
Couple cars. Yeah.
Goddamn, flexing.
Baller alert.
You guys already know what I do for a living, so.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck?
So what do you do on the side? No, that's pretty cool though. How old's your kid?
He is 3. He turns 4 next month.
Badass. Nice. How long have you been married?
5 years.
You seem young.
You do seem young.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
You're 29?
Yeah.
You could have fooled me. I thought you were honestly like Danny's age. Like
I thought he was 23 too.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Yeah.
I thought you were a lot younger. Huh.
I knew you were. Yeah.
Yeah, you carry yourself well.
Man, that full head of hair, bro.
I can't imagine you.
I'm jelly, bro.
Ever since I've known you, you've always had a beard, though.
I'm used to. I mean,
I would hope.
When I was in the military, we had to shave every day, so I just had the shitty porn stash.
Oh, yeah.
All that they let you grow out, so it's like.
Did you go pencil stash?
You can't go past
the real thin one.
You know the in reg one, right?
Yeah. Air Force. Can't go past the lip.
Can't go past the lips. Can't touch the bottom lip. Has to be like 1/8 of an inch from.
Really?
Yeah.
So you guys look like a bunch of French dudes in the stupid American.
I got so much shit from all my NCOs just for having that stash, and they always be like, "That's out of regs." I'm like, "Actually, corporal, pull out the order."
There you go.
Got a little tape measure.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hell yeah, dude. Cool, man. How long were you in the military for?
4 years active, and then I did 2 years reserves.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Marines, right?
Mhm.
Badass.
Dude,
Such a
Semper
man,
Fi. What a
such
fucking
a
man.
man.
And you're good looking, dude. I'm jelly.
Here's the thing, though. I was what you call a pogue. Right.
A pogue?
You know what a pogue is?
Yeah, explain it.
So a pogue.
Keep going, sorry.
So a pogue is what you refer to as person other than grunt. So it's any other MOS other than grunt.
Yeah.
And the MOS that I had when I was active was the poguest MOS you have.
What were you? Wait,
So-
supply?
No, I was a water dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so water sport technician, we purify water.
Every team needs a water boy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
That
was
was
a water
you.
boy for the Marine Corps.
Really? Okay.
Fuck yeah. Fucking
Nice.
pogues. That's all right.
I did not know what that. It's still more man. I've never been in the military, so
I
it's
was
still more
the,
man.
I was the poguest of all. I was Air Force.
Wow, that's cool.
So, that's cool, man.
But you still get to say you're a Marine and
Yeah.
Semper Fi and all that.
Still
cool
got
stuff.
all the cool training stuff.
Mhm.
So, my thing with that is everybody wants to talk shit about what you do in the military or what you get to choose your job
Yeah.
depending on how smart or dumb you are, right? With the
Yeah.
ASVAB.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
if you're Air Force, you probably get to choose your job, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't gonna go in open general and then end up being security forces.
So Marines, you don't get to choose.
You don't get to pick
No,
one.
you get to choose like an area of
Mhm.
like what kind of
Yeah.
whatever, but you don't get to choose your actual job.
So you chose water sports and they gave you clear, like
Hell
purifying
yeah.
water.
So I chose engineer because I thought I was going to be
Engineer.
I thought I was going to be a combat engineer. 1371. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go blow shit up, or, put C4 and everything. And then they're like, oh, but your ASVAB score is like up here, so you get to purify water because you don't know how to do that.
So
Because you scored high in your ASVAB, they put you somewhere else.
Yeah.
What'd you score in your
At least
ASVAB?
that's what I assume. It's like a 79. It's not. I mean, it's high for the Marine Corps.
Yeah, that's you're like a genius level in Marine Corps.
yeah, because anything over 80, they move you to a different force, right? Like
Yeah.
they move you to the
I
Air
scored an
Force.
88. I scored like an 88. something
Yeah,
like
so then they
89,
move you to
so-
a different. Okay.
So
Just kidding. Please, Marines, don't kick my ass. That's pretty cool though.
and you
So,
know
wait a
that
minute.
would have been a true statement about Marines being badasses, but we all know one Marine, and we'll talk about him off camera, who is just like such a letdown.
I got that.
In his defense, he's a one of the people that don't go full time that are just
He's
reserves. He's
Yeah.
reserves, and I think that's why we can at least. I still think Marines are badasses. So I think
Marines
that
are definitely badass.
I did reserves for.
Yeah.
No, I know. Yeah, but
you did your active duty as well. So
we'll talk about him off. I just don't want to give. Marines a
I'll
bad
name
name.
drop. I'll name drop off there.
Do you want to know this person?
Mhm.
Yes, everybody knows this person because he won't shut the fuck up
Yeah,
about being a Marine.
which I can't wait till he
Hmm.
comes back to work.
Oh,
So, yeah.
I think I know.
Yeah,
Okay.
So,
I think
he's
I
still a Marine. Okay, cool. So, 3-year-old kiddo, nice. That's pretty sweet.
Mhm.
So you started about the same time I did, a little bit late, not like crazy late, but a little bit late. You started like way early.
Yeah.
Your kid's behind
Absolutely.
the camera at
Bro,
I was
15.
like,
My
that's
son-
a grown ass
Here-
man.
my son.
He's got more facial hair than you do.
Well, barely, but
His voice is deep too.
he does have a deep voice. Say something.
Yeah,
Hi. Dude, when he's 21, I won't even be 40 yet.
that's pretty sweet. Like I said,
So it's a good bar hopping.
and that's the cool thing is you guys will be close enough to age that you're not like,
Right.
because I don't want to have a son when I'm too old. We kind of talked about this off camera a little bit. I don't want to get my ass kicked by my son, right? Because they always try to flex on you,
Yeah.
right? And I don't want to be the son that, or to have the son kick my ass.
Dude, I'll beat the shit out of my kids. Right? Yeah,
He
okay.
just gave you the thumbs
You give me a thumbs up. Like, okay, Dad, you got to catch me first. So,
But that's like, you guys will always be close enough to age. By the time you're 60, he'll be,
41.
41 or 42, right?
Yeah, 41, 42, 42, yeah.
Yeah. So he'll still be getting older too, right?
Yeah.
It's not like he's going to be some young buck.
Yeah.
At you said your dad's like
My dad's 70.
God damn, your dad seen some shit.
Yeah.
He's turning 71 this year.
What? So okay, so he turned 71. That means he was born in 40?
1950.
50. Fuck.
Yeah.
He's lived through Korea and Vietnam.
So
and Desert Storm.
Yeah, so he came over during like the Salvadoran Civil War or something like that. So he's basically.
I'm just gonna put it close to me. Sorry.
So he was basically like kind of refugee status, not really.
Yeah.
Kind of like came over because he didn't want to have to deal with that bullshit.
Nah, good for him, dude.
And then like, so him and my mom had my sister when they were probably a little younger than I was.
Okay.
And so my sister's actually 50.
So I was just gonna say your siblings are older than 50.
Mm-hmm. 49, Gosh. 50. If you're watching this, I'm sorry.
Name drop. What's her name?
So 49, 50. She's about 20 years older than me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's great. What's crazy is so that's pretty common though in like the Hispanic families, right? Because I knew a buddy of mine. His nephew was older than him.
Yeah, my niece is older than him.
Really?
Yeah. So my sister had my niece, right? And then she, like 10 months later, we joke about it all the time that she could be my mom because about 10 months after she had my niece, my parents had me.
Hey, how old is Carson? His uncle is 16, a year older than him. His uncle.
Dang.
Yeah.
So did your parents get like jealous that she got pregnant and we're like, hey, let's start trying?
I think it was like the last time that my dad could, and so they just.
One last hoorah.
I think guys can.
You were your dad's last hoorah. That's awesome, man. Good for your dad.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude.
He's older than the dirt now.
How old are your folks?
55 and 56. So they were 24 when they had me. So kind of in the middle.
Yeah. I would tell you about my folks, but we'll explain that. I'll explain that off air.
Nah. Yeah, probably smart. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like me and my niece, we went to high school.
That's wild, bro.
That was fucking weird.
Did you call her? What's her? Did you call her Thea?
She would have.
Oh no! Did she call
me Thea?
Yeah, did she call you Theo?
No.
No, I would have made her.
No, it was one of those things where we're like, well, you guys are the same age.
I would have told. Hell no! I'm your uncle.
He's your Theo, but fuck it.
Do you call him uncle? Ah, man, I would make him. If I had that title, I would totally use it. Yeah. So
that's pretty cool. So like her other kid, my nephew, he just turned 22. So like him and I are actually pretty close in age.
Yeah.
So, like almost like big brother to him, which is
jeez, that's nuts. That's awesome though. That is cool.
So I was like, hey man, what will happen if I mix tequila and whiskey? I'm like, no,
don't do it. or try it.
It's got a Four Loko. I'm like,
I like Four Locos. That's how you kick the party out, man.
We need to do a Four Locos review one time.
Oh, there's so many different flavors, yeah.
They come up with a seltzer.
Did they really?
Four Loko did? I gotta try this.
It's like a Four Loko seltzer. I've seen it. I don't think they sell it anywhere in Utah, but I'm sure you can find it.
All right. Well, that's cool, man. I mean, so you got obviously sounds like you have a huge family.
Medium sized.
What's medium sized? How many siblings do you have?
I have 2 brothers and a sister.
Okay, and how many?
Well, 2 brothers, a sister, and a half sister.
So how many nieces and nephews?
5. Including my sisters, and then my nieces 2. So I count those 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Wait, your niece has kids as well?
Yeah, she has 2 kids.
So you're a great uncle?
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
Well, you gotta think about, so like my grandma, she just passed away.
Okay. But sorry to hear that.
That would have been my grandma, my mom, my sister, my niece, and her.
5 generations.
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're a great uncle, man.
Uh-huh.
That is, so, hell yeah.
My niece is 2. My one of my brothers has 4, and then I have one. And my brother, other brother has one.
Yeah. Dude, badass.
It's not a huge family, but it's like
That's big enough. Holy
yeah.
shit!
When you got 5 generations worth of people in a family, that's a big family.
That's
my
wife and her and our daughter took a picture 5 generations. So it was like great grandma, so great grandma to my daughter, great grandma, so on and so forth. And you're just like, damn,
that's
my
awesome.
family don't live that long. We barely get 2
longevity
generations. Yeah, that's not our thing.
Huh. How's his sound? Can you hear him good? Say something.
Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3.
So now I'm picking you up more.
Okay.
Which is good. We'll see if it works. I keep getting texts from people, which thank you.
What do they say?
They just said it's harder to hear him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring this a little.
Yeah.
Is that better?
You gotta gobble that mic like it's a.
Swallow me, gobble me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Being a great uncle at the age of 29.
Do you have any nieces or nephews?
No, we're the only ones with kids on both sides of the family.
Dude, wait until you become an uncle. It's weird.
Why?
It's just a weird title. Somebody calls you, where they're like Uncle Devin. I'm like, who the? Yeah, it's weird. I like it, but it's cool.
I always heard people like it because you can like give kid back, right? Like they start being like, and you're like, there you go. But I don't think any of our siblings will ever.
It's like a test run if you ever want to have kids.
Yeah,
you know
what I always think is funny. I have somebody with me right now. He's like, a lot of people say that dogs aren't like kids, but they are, and they're really not.
Fuck no.
Anybody with kids immediately sees dogs as just animals.
You know why? Because I can leave my dog in her kennel while I go to work for 12 fucking hours and come back and she'll be happy to see me.
Exactly.
I leave my kid in the kennel.
That's a crime, yeah.
Yeah. And all of a sudden you got them on you. It's just ridiculous. I think it's that's
oh my god.
A lot of people on you. You can't you can't just leave them outside and just be like, oh, they'll shit on the ground. Like you have to like legitimately take care of a child, which is stupid.
It's always people who don't have kids, though.
Yeah. It's everybody, and because I didn't realize this once I had a kid.
I'm a fur mom. Okay.
This dog saved me. I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody want to talk about you.
He rescued me.
Oh my god! In the arms of an angel.
Hell yeah!
Such a joke. I absolutely hate this, and it's people who don't have kids. They don't understand it.
Right.
And I don't want to entirely fault them, but
I think they're good. They're good dog owners. That's cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But come on, man. Don't.
A dog is not a kid.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Plus, you can have your dog lick peanut butter off your balls. You know what I mean? So,
pretty sure there's a crime against that.
Timestamp that. That one. You making another one?
Yeah. You guys want some?
Yeah, dude.
You guys can talk while I make more.
Okay, here. Do you want my cup?
Yeah, I do.
Or glass? You don't need a muddle new shit. Just pour
it. Okay.
Oh man,
stupid.
That was a good one though.
Right
that was.
Where the fuck did the tequila go?
Where did the tequila go?
Where could it be?
It's right between the legs. All right, maybe these do sneak up on you.
Oh man.
So you're not a tequila guy.
So he's that guy with sunglasses on. Where the fuck are my glasses?
The only defense I have is I haven't eaten today.
You're the guy
other than the chips we ate earlier. That's it.
You're the guy at the party. Where's my phone?
Exactly.
Who has my phone?
Oh my god! Actually, I'm totally that guy. Actually, most of the time, actually, when I'm drinking, I'm always the guy that's like, "Do you guys hate me?" That's the guy I am.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see that.
Unless I'm.
Dude, I love getting drunk with you. You're the funnest.
We went to a sports bar on over the weekend, dude, and it was actually a blasty blast.
It was fun as fuck. Dude, this guy made such a name for himself. People were telling this guy came in who obviously we didn't know. He's telling his girlfriend about him and all the shenanigans he's been doing. His team won, and then what else? Something else happened that was like the team we were rooting for won.
Yeah, so Kansas City won. So we do this thing where we bet on. Me and my dad do this thing at a bar where we bet who's gonna lose. You can't choose the same team twice.
Yeah.
And so we went, and right as we sit down, there's a couple cute girls and another guy who's a Patriots fan, and Dolphins and Patriots are playing. So they kind of said something first, and then I started shit talking back, and so then I feel like you have to keep going, right? You can't stop.
He was in the zone, bro.
I was standing on
at
chairs.
One point, he was standing on a chair cheerleading. He Spartan kicked the door twice. It was awesome.
Because it's one of those things. Do you watch football at all?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm the least sports inclined person you'll ever meet.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I'll be like, yeah, go sports.
Go sports ball. I get very competitive very quickly, and so we ended up shit talking. And a real big thing with sports is like superstition. So Dolphins are getting close to losing. I kick open the door, and I Spartan kick open this door to talk shit to Cleveland fans. And
well, to be fair, they were talking shit on the way out. So
I kick open the door. Thank God nobody got in the way. Could you imagine if someone's trying to walk in and I fucking bust somebody's nose?
And you did it twice, I know.
Anyway,
but so the gods were with you on that day.
Yeah, so I Spartan kick it open, and as I go in, I start shit talking them, and then somebody comes out and goes, "Dude, your Dolphins just got the ball back," and I'm like, "What?" So I go in to check to make sure everything's good. I'm like, "Oh, it's great." And I'm like, "Shit, I gotta go back out there." Like the only reason they're winning is because I'm not watching. So I run back, I Spartan kick that bitch back open. I start talking shit to him. Then it immediately gets okay. They immediately turned a corner. They were like, "We're both with shitty teams," and I'm like, "Yeah." So we kind of get all chummy, and then my team won. So I had to put it on the big screen at literally the last seconds. Like they're just cheering on my team that they won. Yeah. And then I did some speech just to be stupid because I bet beers against this guy.
My favorite part too was there was, I don't know what the fuck was up with all these Cleveland fans, but there was probably about 30 of them there.
Yeah.
And they all showed up, and they all take over half the bar. And they all get together, take a group picture, and guess who's standing behind them on a chair, going like this
in Dolphins gear.
Yeah.
So
it's Jeremy.
So after they lose, I'm laughing at them, and and so I'm talking shit on them. They come up to me and they're like, "Do you feel better about yourself? Do you feel better that you just wish that the Browns would lose?" And I'm like, absolutely. Yeah, you guys were very loud, and I just won money off of you losing. So
they were. It wasn't the fact that they were loud. It's just they could honestly catch a pass, and everybody, just cheering for every fucking thing. They were going nuts. So.
And it was one of those groups. So anyway, we ended up talking shit.
A pass is when the quarterback takes the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm just saying.
He's like, they can touch it with their hands?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, so I get into the mood with talking shit, and it actually makes me want to keep going back, but that's a lot of monies.
I kind of want to go back next week.
I totally do.
We should. Oh, I think I have to go. I might have plans next weekend. I gotta go. I'm gonna go see Amanda. Hey, Amanda.
There's your shout out.
Holla.
He just dropped plans.
Yeah.
That we didn't have. Okay. So what else are you into? I heard you're into comic books.
Yeah.
Are you reading comic books or just comic book movies?
Both. I don't read comics as much as I used to.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any time. Because kid, job, wife, all that.
Yeah, I get it.
But I'll read them when I can.
Favorite comic book person? Villain, hero, anti-hero, anything?
That's a coin flip.
How about DC or Marvel? And then go.
Marvel, Spider-Man, DC, Superman.
I'm not a big Superman fan.
Why and why?
I just grew up on both those sets of comics. So first comic book I ever read was part of the Reign of Superman series. Swears. It's like the aftermath of when Superman dies, when Doomsday kills him.
Yeah.
Another comic book series I read was Spider-Man when I was a kid. So I just kind of grew up on.
Did you ever watch the animated series of Spider-Man?
Oh yeah,
that was such a good show.
I fucking love that.
Best show. Other Batman animated series first, then Spider-Man animated.
Batman animated series.
So
was
now that my kid is 3, almost 4, he loves Spider-Man.
Heck yeah.
So what do? Every time I have time off, Spider-Man animated series. We're watching this.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do that with Batman anime series. My daughter is more into like Elsa and all that other garbage, but I'll throw on Batman animated series just because I need her to get into it. That's my favorite.
I'm trying to get Brooklyn hooked. She'll watch like an episode or two and then lose interest.
My son, so his favorite movie is the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
With Miles Morales.
Yeah.
He loves Miles Morales, right?
I think every kid loves that movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The only reason I don't like that movie is because I love Peter Parker, and in this multiverse, he's kind of a letdown, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's been through the shit. Right?
Yeah, but that's my point.
A lot.
Yeah, I'm more like the animated series where he's like got stuff going on. He's just getting booty all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, rewatching the Spider-Man animated series. God damn, that does sneak up on you. The Spider-Man animated series, he does get laid a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't say it or they don't show it, but he's always like, Gwen Stacy, MJ, and then like he'll be dating MJ, and then all of a sudden he goes on a date with Black Cat, and I'm like, what the fuck are you?
I had this debate with Lexi the other day. Who's the Spider-Man movies? Who was the best Spider-Man?
I think this is hard.
It is hard, right? And I try to explain that to her.
I think Tom Holland does a really good job. I think that I don't like Garfield. I'll be honest. I don't think Garfield was good.
Worst one, yeah.
Who's the other guy? What's the other guy's name?
Tobey Maguire.
I don't think Tobey Maguire was bad, right? I think honestly the suit looked great. And that first movie was amazing.
Tobey Maguire had the most comic accurate suit, right?
Yeah. That's what it was.
Other than the eyes.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad they did that with Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
But Tobey Maguire, I mean, like, he was the first live action Spider-Man.
So I'll say the original Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire series, I feel like he held true more to the comic, to the animated series, the Spider-Man animated series.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a lot of that.
Yeah.
But I just could not stand his fucking whiny voice. I think that's what it was.
Well, and that I don't really notice in the first one.
Right.
You do notice that in the second one and definitely in the third.
Yeah, fuck
the third, dude, you know what, though? You know how many times I saw the third movie in the theaters, hoping every time I went back it was going to be good because I love Black Suit?
Yeah.
Dude, legit, I saw that probably 12 times in theaters, right? And I kept going. I'm like, this is going to be better this time for some reason. It was never better. His emo was he wears dark clothing, goes. You're like, that's emo Spider? Oh, yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah. What about the Venom movies? What do you think of those?
I've never seen those.
Here's the thing that pisses me off. So they did a really good job with Venom.
I like Venom.
They did a phenomenal job with the Venom movie. But where they fucked up is because they can't connect it to the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Right? Well, it's like loosely connected, but everybody knows that the symbiote attached to Spider-Man first, and then that's how he got his, like, that's how he got the fucking, like,
spider on him.
Yeah, the spider on him and everything. And everybody knows that it was initially the black suit. Most people know that the suit was originally from Secret Wars, and then it went to the black suit, the symbiote suit, right? And then it made him all crazy, and he tore it off and all that.
That's the one problem with one being owned by Sony and one being owned by Marvel. And it's such a money thing.
So the thing is, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is owned by, it's owned by Sony, but the property is run by Marvel.
Yeah.
Sony's like, we obviously don't know what the fuck we're doing. Here you go, Marvel.
Yeah.
You know? And then Sony's like, oh, you guys are doing a really good job. Let's build up our own universe. But let's not put Spider-Man into the universe with his own characters.
Well, I don't know why, because Sony they're doing another movie, and at first, Sony said, we're not going to give you guys Spider-Man anymore. We want to have a Venom in that multiverse. Mm-hmm. I don't get why Marvel can't go, oh, well, if you're going to split the money, let's do, because if they did a prequel to Venom before he gets on Tom Holland, and kind of did another reenactment of it, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Or even if they did it after, I mean, they would have to do a lot of filling of holes, giggity, but I think that would be an awesome.
But I mean, you never know, right? Because the whole new thing that they're going with is the whole multiverse thing.
Yeah.
They're probably going to merge a bunch of properties because you're going to see, supposedly you're going to see, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, and Tobey Maguire.
So the only thing is, Garfield says he's not aware that he's in this movie.
But yet you see Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, and then you see the pumpkin bomb that's straight up the same pumpkin bombs that Willem Dafoe uses.
But that's the thing. So that's all Tobey Maguire, though. So they could just add Tobey Maguire and do zero Garfield, which I think would be fantastic. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I would because honestly, though, I'll be honest, I didn't mind him as Doc Ock. I think they messed up Doc Ock by having him talk to the stupid things, right? He's like, what? Oh, I should destroy Spider-Man. You're like, oh my gosh. Willem Dafoe's at the time, that was the best Green Goblin. Amazing, yeah. Oh, that was great.
I think in general, he's just a great actor.
Yeah, he is great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And supposedly they're going to have Electro in it also, but it's going to be Andrew Garfield's Electro.
It's not going to be from the...
so the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where it's Jamie Foxx, he's playing Electro.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's where they're kind of doing the merge between the...
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
3 properties, yeah.
We'll see. When's that supposed to come out? About?
I think it's like December or January.
This coming December?
Yeah, I think. Don't quote me on it.
No, I'm quoting. You heard it here.
I'm a couple of these in. I don't know.
My favorite comic book here. So mine, I love Spider-Man. And honestly, I think Marvel, as far as Marvel's concerned, I think he gives me a run. I think he's one of the best. Also, some of the funnest games, too, are Spider-Man games.
Oh, yeah.
As far as comic books are concerned.
Did you play the PS4 one?
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, that's
awesome. The only reason I bought a PS4.
Yeah. I mean, I won my PS4 from Taco Bell, but that's not the point. So
fake.
How often do you eat at Taco Bell?
I only actually got it once.
Really?
I was sitting there and I was like, so my wife hates Taco Bell. She absolutely hates Taco Bell. So we were at the house one day, right before 2 weeks before it came out, or about a month before it came out, because then I got it 2 weeks later. And we're going. I'm like, hey, are you hungry? And she's like, no, I'm not hungry at all. I'm like, hey, I've been drinking. Will you take me to Taco Bell? She's like, yeah. I'm like, as we're walking out, a commercial comes on for to win the PS4 from Taco Bell. And I'm like, I'm about to win that. She's like, shut up and get in the car. So we get in the car. I get the $5 box. I put in the code once. And it's like, oh, you want a PS4. And I'm like, this is a scam, right? So I put in all my information because that's what you do. They said they were a prince from Nigeria. And I was just like, here's $25. So I go all through and I'm like, all right, whatever. And I'm like, it says I won, but I think this is some type of weird sweepstakes thing. It's kind of bullshit. And then like a day later, I got an email from Taco Bell saying, all right, your PS4 will be there 2 weeks before it comes out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And so I got it 2 weeks before it came out with Call of Duty and some other game. So I got to play with all. Yeah. That's pretty sweet. Nice. I got a PS5 over there.
Instagram blew up.
Jelly.
Yeah. Those are like impossible to get.
Yeah. I actually got it week 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's commitment.
So anyway, commitment. I don't want to brag, but that's all I have really in life. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a great career. I don't have a great, but I got my goddamn PlayStations on lock, bro.
Fuck your happy life, your marriage,
yeah.
Your kids, fuck
no,
that bullshit.
It's kids winning a PS4 from Taco Bell, getting a PS5 in the first week. 3 best things that's ever happened to me. Yeah. So,
all right. That's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, so mine Deathstroke. I love anti-villains. Deathstroke or Joker from DC. I would actually, I think I'm going to do Spider-Man as my Marvel. Deadpool's pretty cool too, but he's just
he's funny.
And he's actually he was straight up taken from DC's Deathstroke. Yeah. His name's Slade Wilson. Deathstroke is Wade Wilson. Yeah. They're essentially the same goddamn character. So I think it'd be unfair for me. Do you have
who's just a parody of him?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the DC Batman all the way.
Batman's legit.
Dude, that animated series and Mark Hamill as a Joker. Oh. Amazing.
Have you seen the Harley Quinn series?
No. And Kaylee Cuoco is the one that plays her, right?
Dude, that show is fucking hilarious.
Is it?
Is it new?
Yeah.
It's like a year old. You're too old.
I've never heard of it.
It's straight up like rated R Batman universe. It's fucking hilarious.
Well, all those animated movies, the DC animated movies, they're all like PG-13 and rated R.
Yeah.
But so it's like a 180 from that, right?
Yeah.
Like rated R, from like Mind of Harley Quinn, right?
Yeah.
Versus serious rated R
DC
badass,
dude.
Yeah, Batman's not in it a lot,
But
right?
But
he does come.
Yeah, but when he's in it, it's fucking hilarious. And like Commissioner Gordon's just this drunk fucking, police commissioner, and
yeah. I've seen a couple episodes of it. It's actually I've seen a couple scenes off of it because I watch like YouTube all the time, and it was on there.
Yeah,
and I'm like, it does look extremely funny. There's a lot of funny scenes.
I bet it's on that DC has their own.
So DC Universe Online. I know I'm nerding out. DC Universe Online doesn't do streaming anymore because HBO bought the property from Warner Brothers.
So is it from HBO?
So if you have HBO Max,
I have it.
It's on HBO Max.
Is Batman animated series on that?
It is.
Dude, I still pay for that.
Mm-hmm. It is.
DC?
No, the HBO. I actually had DC at first.
So anything DC got migrated over to HBO Max.
Badass.
And I'll also tell you, if you like Deathstroke, watch season 2 of Titans.
Okay.
Yeah. Really good Deathstroke.
What's
because
Titans. Yeah, Titans is badass.
So
right.
I
watched the first episode. I haven't gotten around to.
So I'm a huge Deathstroke guy, which sucks that he's like a villain in Teen Titans because some Teen Titans is like so hit or miss.
Yeah.
Are you going to actually? Sorry, really quickly, I got off on tangent. Are you doing the Fan X here in Utah? Are you going to like the Comic Con?
Right?
It's this weekend. I forgot to take it off.
Is that why you took it off? Are you taking it off?
No, I need to.
I keep wanting to do it, but I always have shit happen, and I can never make it.
Dude, so I just wear my gear. I have like a bunch of gear, like bulletproof vests, all that stuff. That, and I put a Deathstroke mask on, and I have a sword and everything. I really want to go in like Comic Con. My daughter goes as Raven, and then I'm trying to have my wife go as Tara, and I think that'd be awesome. That'd be legit.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, for Halloween this year, because my son loves Spider-Man so much, so we bought him the Miles Morales suit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like the actual like spandex with the fucking mask. And all that. My wife has she got the Spider-Gwen suit, and then I got like the Tobey Maguire.
Nice.
Suit, so.
I'll be honest. I think
lose this first, but
well, you got till Halloween. So that's the one plus to Deathstroke is you're in a vest, so it's not as you can't tell as much that I'm fat. And then the mask on me is actually pretty tight, so it puts in my double chin. Just looks like I got a thick ass neck.
So you just gotta have a beard.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna take off that mask because I'm ugly. So
don't talk about my friend like that. You're not ugly.
Nah, you're a good liar. Miles Morales has a great suit, and Gwen Stefani or whatever her name is,
Spider-Gwen,
has the coolest suit.
Mm-hmm.
I think the stupid like cool hood and the white. I'm like, dude, this is Spider-Man got duped with that ugly red and blue. That was cool in the 50s, but goddamn,
that's badass. Yeah, I know. My favorite Marvel character would probably be, I don't want to say Spider. I did like the series, but I don't. I've always been a Wolverine fan.
Wolverine's awesome.
Yeah, Wolverine's badass. I always like Rogue from the Wolverine series because she was always hot.
Well, and she's got that Southern accent. I'll be honest, dude. I love Southern accents.
I used to have a bunch of cards, comic cards, and I had one with Rogue, and she's wearing like next to nothing. God, when you're like 11 years old, that's all it took.
Yeah. So I always liked Mary Jane. I think that's the reason why I like redheads. I love redheads. And I think it's because of Mary Jane. I think Spider-Man messed me up.
You want to do me that one?
Yeah, of course I will.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I think that she messed me up.
Mary Jane.
Yeah, she's a babe. I'm a little mad that Kirsten Dunst was the best person they could find as a redhead.
See, I think Kirsten Dunst is fucking hot.
I know.
But she's not a natural redhead, though, isn't she?
Well, it was
blonde.
It was in the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, it's like...
Remember Bring It On? Oh.
It was like a different time.
You know what, though?
Gabrielle
Actually, in
Union?
that, she's a babe.
Remember Gabrielle Union?
Yeah.
Like,
She was in Bring It On?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like the mean other side, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
She's like the head of the white squad.
And then, Elijah Dushku. Oh, dude, the whole cast was fucking hot.
Elijah?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember half of his names.
No, Elijah's not a girl's name.
I don't hear
it's Elijah. No,
Eliza.
It's Eliza.
Okay, that's a girl's name.
Eliza. What's that?
I'm trying to remember half these names. Like, I remember watching the movie, but...
I'll show you Eliza
Okay.
Dushku right now. First one that popped up. Where you at? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What a babe, bro.
So I lied. My favorite, I like anti-heroes in a lot of these. Taskmaster. Taskmaster, it got ruined in.
Is that the
Have you seen the Scarlet movie?
You mean Black Widow?
Black Widow, the Scarlet movie. Yeah, the Black Widow movie.
Fuck.
So here's the thing: it was clearly supposed to be a man, and then they like kind of revamped it to make it a woman, which is whatever, right? I don't know why they didn't just make it a woman from the start because she's built like a man. If you watch the whole thing, all of her outfits like a dude.
She fights like a dude.
Yeah, it's a dude in the suit.
Yeah,
it's not her.
It's like,
well, she takes off her helmet, and you remember the guy from Beetlejuice that's got the little ass head? Because they have to CGI it on like Ray Park's body, so it's like this little like feminine body on like this big.
Was it Ray Park?
That wasn't Ray Park.
I was like,
Ray Park's legit though.
I was like, what the fuck?
But it's on some like, what are those people called that do the
stunt double?
Stunt doubles. Yeah. So it's on the his body, and they're like at first like the first 5 minutes they make it seem like it's this one guy, and then like 5 minutes later they show you that it's not. So it's not them, and the only other person they've shown in it is the female in the movie. And so you're like, okay, it's gonna be this girl. So it's not even like a crazy like she takes it off and you're like, oh! Like the whole time you're like, yeah, why the fuck is she wearing a dude's suit? You know what I mean? But Taskmaster, and actually I will admit they did a cool kind of thing that so she has a camera in her suit that like picks up a bunch of cameras, so she's able to retain it, so she can see one thing and do it immediately. So if you were to show me the perfect punch, I would then be able to do that perfect punch. It's like whole Taskmaster's thing. So it'd be pretty cool. The only reason I'm a little sad they did it is it ruins it for like Deadpool, and that's usually who he's a villain for. So that kind of sucks. But I'm a little sad that they ruined my character because if they would have just done a female, whatever. If we want to give him a female, that's fine. Like Taskmaster's a cool one to do it with, but I think they kind of ruined Taskmaster, which kind of sucks. But whatever, it's their movies. They made billions of dollars.
Whatever. What do I know?
We're just paying for them.
Hell yeah! You gonna get that?
So no, I got it. Damn it! Oh, it's actually delicious. Anyway, Shang-Chi. Have you seen Shang-Chi?
I haven't.
Me either. Man.
JJ went and watched it the other day.
Did he like it?
I forgot to ask
him. It looks like a kung fu movie with Marvel, which sounds like my jam.
Here's my thing. I never have time to go out to the movies, and the fact that this one actually didn't come out on the app, I was like, okay,
how did that? Yeah,
I'll
everything
catch
else has been coming out on HBO Max. I like that for a while.
Did you watch Suicide Squad?
Yeah,
I love that movie.
You like it?
Yeah.
The second one was good?
Yeah, dude. So much better than the first one.
Really?
And the first one I liked too.
Yeah, the first one was decent. They had the weird like Leto thing going on. But the second one was
good.
Yeah.
My thing is Robbie. What's her name?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Oh my gosh,
dude! I think that's what it is. I just because honestly, she's fucking amazing. One of the hottest women on the planet. So I think no matter what she does, it can be a shitty movie. And I'm just like, have you guys got to watch this movie?
Yeah.
Dude, King Shark is probably the best character in that movie.
It's kind of nice because he's like comic relief as well, right? Because he's also in the Harley show, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. But it's a completely different,
different kind of...
I mean, Sylvester Stallone voices King Shark in the live action.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Sylvester Stallone.
And do they have like subtitles or?
He has like 5 lines in the whole movie. But it's fucking great.
Adrian! You're like, I think they're just using old script.
Wrong movie.
That's I haven't seen that. That's the crappy thing. You want to know the last movie I saw in theaters? Paw Patrol. When you have kids, it is so hard to get out and go see a movie at theaters.
You want to know the last movie I saw in theaters? Fucking Paw Patrol. I was with them. And that's the
last movie I saw in theaters. Yeah.
Jeremy and I were we were actually kind of watching the movie like, fuck yeah, Chase is on the case.
He's got the shit down.
And all these, our daughters are just running around, not even paying attention. Fuck, man.
You know what got me in that movie? when Chase is fucking running code and he hits traffic. And he's just like, shut him down.
Bitch, Chase.
Yeah.
I'm like, step your goddamn game up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know.
Unless the firefighter save people. Come on, Chase.
Yeah. What's the firefighter name one?
Marshall.
Yeah. He took off.
Ready or not, I'm coming in hot.
Yeah, and he took off running, and Brooklyn's like, "Daddy, look at the second responder." And I was like, "Hell yeah, that's my girl." No, that was actually a pretty decent kids movie, honestly.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, but it sucks that that's the last movie I saw.
Then you have that like new dog that's like the CI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this like the back of my hand. You're like,
I know this town. I know he needs.
You're about 30 seconds from being useless. Like the minute the other pups know the back of the the city.
Yeah, she had no powers and nothing.
And they gave her a Vespa. Yeah. They're like, hey, you know how we have all these badass cars? Here's a Vespa.
I remember that. Because you and I were laughing our ass off. Like, Chase has this badass fucking
cop
car. Everybody else got awesome shit. Not her.
Vespa. And they're like, hey, we're tired of you riding in that wagon, so here's one of our throw me dads. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, so stupid.
What was the very first movie you ever watched in theater?
Lion King.
Dude, did you cry?
I don't remember. I only remember certain parts of it, to be honest.
Cried.
Oh, yeah. I was a
What was your
child.
movie?
Fuck. I think it was Matrix. Was it the Matrix?
Damn.
Which part?
He
First
just jumped me by
Wait,
like
did
a
you see
lot.
the new theater of the Matrix?
Yeah.
Oh.
The new trailer?
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be good. However, I'm fucking sick of this. Like, they're just redoing old movies.
I don't know how you redo that.
Low expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But,
I don't know. I don't know what you do with the rest of that movie.
Is that is
The movie ended in the third
out
one.
of like ideas
It has
in the
to.
movie industry?
No, you know what I think it is I think they're going off of nostalgia now. It's no longer
so many
based on
movies
good
are being made
movies.
like
Yeah.
that now. It's like, what the fuck?
That's the reason why I think the Spider-Man's going into multiverses.
Yeah.
Legitimately, I think it's to like spark people's nostalgia,
Yeah,
and that's what we go to see.
exactly.
Right? Pokemon did really well. A lot of these movies that aren't like crazy good movies, we
Fucking
love them.
Sonic?
Yeah, we love them because we're like, I love Sonic, I love Pokemon, I love Matrix, I love this, and they just go,
Or Mortal Kombat.
okay, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty dope.
My first, I'm gonna age myself. My very first movie I ever watched in theaters was Selena.
Oh.
Remember that?
Not only did you date yourself, that is the shittiest of the three movies that we. I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
No,
Yeah.
not as a first movie for a kid.
It's a great movie.
No.
Did you watch the Netflix series?
No, I haven't watched
Watch
the
the Netflix
Is it
series.
pretty good?
It's pretty good.
Selena was a babe, bro.
Yeah, she was babe.
J-Lo murdered that role. That was good.
Yeah,
Have you
watch.
seen her lately?
J-Lo?
J-Lo's 52 years old.
I know,
Did you that?
she looks great.
She looks amazing.
But she's
like-
sleeping with
she's
Ben
like-
Affleck now.
Yeah, she's
Again?
coming back with Ben Affleck.
That's
Talking about
back to Ben.
nostalgia.
Didn't she marry like a
Dude.
baseball player? Or
Yeah,
something?
she met
She's with A-Rod for the
A-Rod.
longest time.
Huh.
But talk about nostalgia, dude. Yeah, J-Lo's back with Ben Affleck.
Wow.
Affleck.
You got to admit, if they had a kid, gorgeous child.
Beautiful.
Beautiful child.
Amazing genes. Because he's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, well, he's got a good jaw, and it would have her tone, at least half of it,
Yeah.
right? You'd hope.
Plus, he can grow a fucking killer beard.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
They both
We
got
know.
booties.
Yeah, they both got booties. Yeah, that's true. He's such an underrated actor, I think.
Yeah.
The talent.
I actually like him as Batman.
I
Who do you think? Hold on. Who do you think is the best Batman?
That's-
Now, minus Kevin Conroy. Like you can't do voices.
So that's debatable though, right? Because I mean, everybody liked what's his name, Christian Bale,
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
right? Christian Bale was a great Batman, but then when it comes to like intensity wise, Ben Affleck played it like just action wise, right? You have that warehouse scene in Batman vs
Yeah.
Superman that lasts like a whole 5 minutes, and he's just like beating the shit out of these dudes. You're like,
Yeah.
he's dead.
I-
He's
Yeah.
He kills a lot of
like
people.
you might not kill, but
We talked about this.
They're paralyzed.
We talked about this. What would be
His
awesome
quality
is
of
they
life.
did if they brought back Batman Beyond, did a live action series or movie of that with Michael Keaton.
Yeah. So hold on. Have you ever seen? Did you ever watch Batman Beyond?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever watched the movie Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker?
I don't think I watched it, but I know.
So Joker comes back, and it's actually placed by Mark Hamill, and it's like the Joker old comes back. I'm not going to spoil it, even though the movie came out 20 years ago.
Isn't it like Tim Drake or something?
Yeah, because he like places a chip in his brain. Okay, I just spoiled it. So, so if they did that and they made Mark Hamill the Joker in this live act, dude, it would be fantastic. So it'd be old.
That would be
awesome.
Fucking amazing.
From what I've heard, the review, like, have you seen the trailer for the new Batman movie?
Mm-hmm. With Robert Pattinson?
Yeah. Like, at first I was like, oh, Twilight, but then I watched the trailer and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty fucking good.
He does look more My Chemical Romance than Twilight. Mm-hmm. I will give him that. It does look pretty good.
You look at the Penguin by Colin Farrell, and
that
looks
great.
Holy fuck, that doesn't even look like Colin Farrell. Like, that looks great.
He is a little thinner, though.
What I've heard is it's honestly, like, it's gotten pretty good reviews so far from the screenings. So mine,
Robert Pattinson, the only reason I didn't like Robert Pattinson, the reason I liked Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck's a big dude.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck looks like the, what's his name? George Miller? Is it George Miller Batman? No.
That might be right.
Might be right. From, like, Dark Knight Returns, where he's just like a fucking box.
Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of.
Which I like, because Batman, like, hitting, like, so I think Christopher Nolan was pretty good. He was obviously pretty thin. Not crazy thin, but Robert
Christian Bale.
Thank you.
It's Christopher Nolan's movies.
Yeah. Christian Bale, he's a little bit smaller, but I mean, he's still pretty jacked. Mm-hmm. Bale was like big enough that you're like, okay, if he hit you in the face, he'd knock you unconscious. Like, this would be a hard hit.
Yeah.
Pattinson goes back to Batman Beyond, where he's like small. That's what I meant. Sorry. These do sneak up on you. Robert Pattinson is small. He reminds me more of Batman Beyond, right? Like a thinner, smaller guy.
If they did do a live action movie of Batman Beyond, who would be a good Terry McGinnis?
I don't think Robert Pattinson would be that bad, to be honest. He's a little old, so you'd have to try to portray him as like a teenager.
They fucked it up now, though.
Yeah. I don't know. Back in the day, did you guys ever watch Never Back Down? It's a MMA movie.
Yeah, I love that movie.
That guy, at that time, his whole family. Yeah. They could have just taken his whole family from that.
Perfect. You know what I'm talking about? We watched that movie like a month ago.
They could have they could have done that.
You know what they could have done probably about 10 years ago, maybe?
What?
So did you ever watch Under the Red Hood?
Yeah.
Great movie. Yeah, I love that.
So Jensen Ackles back then was actually honestly young enough to play that Jason Todd role.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And then you would have had, you know, and it's like a whole fan casting thing, but you would have had Jensen Ackles and then what's the other dude's name? Jared Padalecki.
Uh-huh.
And they're both young enough at that point where, and they had like the look and they had the acting style where you could probably honestly seen both of them play Red Hood and Nightwing.
That would have been cool.
That would have been pretty cool.
Nightwing's my favorite. I like him.
Nightwing's badass.
Jensen Ackles is actually, like, I don't know if you saw the Long Halloween.
No, I haven't.
So Long Halloween just came out, and Jensen,
is that? Like the Halloween movies?
No. So the Long Halloween is it's based off of Batman.
Oh, really?
Comic, right? And it's honestly it's pretty good. But Jensen Ackles,
I'll have to check that out.
Plays Batman. He voices Batman in it.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. I haven't. What's Long Halloween about?
Basically, there's this guy, and like he only murders people on like major holidays.
Calendar Man.
Yeah,
it's Calendar Man.
It's Calendar Man, but there's a twist.
Okay.
There's a twist to it, but
I do like. So I played all the Batman games.
Okay.
I do read quite a bit of Batman comics, so I know a lot of the like sillier. What Calendar Man's one of the sillier of his villains. Kind of a cool character. So I'll nerd myself out even more. I play Dungeons and Dragons quite often. I like get guys together and I play.
Nerd.
I've been wanting to try that.
And I'm gonna make him a believer. Okay. So you should totally play this. I gotta play with a bunch of guys from work and stuff. But I want to do a Calendar Man as a villain because I think that's like a fun concept.
Yeah,
he's such a cool comic book character that never gets utilized a whole lot. So that's cool.
Watch the Long Halloween.
All right,
you'll like it.
Have you seen the Gaslight?
Talking about Gaslight, I think that's the only one I haven't seen actually.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good too.
I haven't seen that one. What the fuck?
Oh man,
what's that about?
HBO app.
I know.
HBO Max.
I do have HBO Max.
I think. Do we own that Gaslight one?
It's on HBO Max.
What's HBO Max? Or
it's HBO Max is an app. So I got this one. I know this one. So you can stream movies.
What's Gaslight about?
Fuck, what was that? That had Constantine in it, right? Is that the one?
I never saw Gotham by Gaslight, so
I think it might be the one with Constantine.
This is me being.
You're probably thinking of Justice League Dark.
No.
So I'll be honest. Are you Catholic?
Used to be. Yeah.
Okay. That was, I guess, not racist, but it was slightly me like guessing because you're Catholic. Oh. Yeah, because you're Mexican or Hispanic. So I love Constantine. I love the whole hell thing. That was one of my. Speaking of Keanu Reeves movies, have you ever?
That's one of my favorite fucking movies.
Oh, I know. That's great. That was one of the best comic book movies ever. I thought it was amazing. God damn.
It's got Jack the Ripper.
Really loosely based, but
yeah,
it's still a great movie on its own.
Justice League Dark. Look at that one because that's the one he was. Constantine.
No, not right.
Constantine was great. That was an amazing movie. I loved it. I wish Keanu Reeves would do that one again because he actually said that was like one of his favorite acting gigs he's ever done. Was Constantine.
I had a Keanu Reeves marathon this last weekend.
Did you really?
Yeah, I watched Matrix Reloaded, like half of Revolutions.
Hell yeah, Bill and Ted's Amazing Adventure,
Point Break.
And I did like the John Wick movies and.
John Wick's amazing.
I'll be honest;
those movies are amazing.
I bought the Staccato 2011 just because of John Wick. I mean, it's a great gun anyway, but I legit bought it to feel like Keanu Reeves.
I remember, those John Wick movies were fucking amazing.
That movie was
somebody kept telling me to watch them. I was like, I'm not that guy who, when somebody says you gotta see it, I'm always like, nah, we'll see. You know, I'm always like, I'll form my own opinion. Those movies were fucking amazing.
You know what sold me on that movie was the fact that he has to reload his fucking gun every time.
Yeah.
And you watch him, and
he's actually
I'm like counting it. I'm like, okay, 17. Oh, he's out. Fucking, he's reloaded. Okay.
Dude, it was so, like, accurate. Because you see some movies are just outrageous with that shit.
And he's doing that stupid, like...
Yeah. It is pretty cool to, like, watch his tactics. Because I would get killed in about 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm watching him, like, yep, I had to die there.
Yeah.
Damn it, I would have died there. Damn it, right there, too. I'd have forgot to reload.
Yep. That's when you throw the gun at him.
Hell yeah.
So...
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is a pretty legit actor. He's just like such a nice guy, and he's like,
I read a story about him like a year or two ago where he like hitchhiked from Bakersfield down to LA. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
It was like it might have been either he hitchhiked because his car broke down or something, or somebody else like hitchhiked and he picked them up.
I can imagine the second one is probably it.
Either way, though, how badass is that? Like this guy's like. Basically a billionaire, you know what I mean? He can do whatever he wants, and he's just so down to earth. And that's what I heard. He's just down to earth.
So in Utah, this happened. Ewan McGregor tried hitchhiking in Utah, and nobody would pick him up. Like a lot of people, eventually, some like crazy person did. But could you imagine? Yeah, nobody picked up Space Jesus or Moulin Rouge, Beautiful Singer. I'd have tried to make love to him. But if I was driving, could you imagine that being a thing? Just have your like, oh, that kind of looks. Oh my God, that was Ewan McGregor, or you're sitting here like, oh my God, that looks like Keanu. Oh my God, that's Keanu Reeves. Like you'd pull over, you'd give him whatever the fuck you wanted.
No shit.
You'd be like, here's my wife. Like, what do you want? Do you want the car? Do you want the wife? I don't care. You can have it all.
It's not him. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Does your wife have like a person that she would? Do you guys have that whole like the list? The list?
No,
you don't.
No, we don't.
Oh, good for you guys.
Yeah.
That's like true.
If you did have a list.
If you did have a list.
Who would be on
We're on camera right now.
Okay. Who do you think would be on her list then?
Who do you think would be on her list?
I saw fucking Ewan McGregor.
So my wife's is Ben Affleck. She would.
Dude, that's fair because he's fucking hot.
Well, and she because then I brought up on in my opinion, when you make your list, you have to bring people that live close to you, right? So like Julianne Hough lives in Utah. Lindsay Sterling is ugly enough that I might be able to land it, and she lives in Utah.
So just throwing that out there. Derek
so there's a couple people that live in Utah, so you got to do ones that live close, and obviously want to go for the ugliest one, right? You know, want to kind of like hone that in.
Marie
She chose,
Osmond.
yeah. I'll go with Danny. I don't even care. I'm just trying to get laid. But Ben Affleck was in Park City for what's that? Sundance. Thank you. And Missy got some tickets to an event up there, and she's like, "Oh, do you want to go?" And I'm like, "No." And she goes, "Well, what if I saw Ben Affleck up there?" And I'm like,
"You're like, I would hope you would fuck him."
I'm like, "Bang him, and then don't wash up." Like I want to know what a real man smells like. And so, yeah,
you're like, show me what he tastes like.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to get impregnated by him if you're really like latch onto him, right? Because I'll help raise Ben Affleck's kid as long as he's paying his child support.
Can you imagine?
God, wouldn't that be
Because
great?
he'd come over every other weekend for his parent time. Yeah. Like, what's up, Ben?
Yeah, what's up, Ben? Yeah, this is other baby.
Daddy's here.
Yeah. That'd be pretty legit. I always wondered, like, did you ever have that list? Who was on your list? And who was on your other girls' list?
I don't remember. I've been married in forever. So. Yeah, she fucking, her list came through, so she dipped out.
I remember when I was doing the list as like a joke, because I play a lot of pranks on my wife, which is probably not good, and which is why our relationship's so great. So, but I remember, so she gives her, she's like, Ben Affleck. And I'm like, oh, cool, Jennifer from work. And she was like, whoa, it has to be famous. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry.
No, it's my list. You can't.
We chose our list.
Mine is just because mine is obtainable.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
By the way, me and Jennifer already slept. No, so
by the way, Ben has herpes. So
I'd take it. I mean, if I have to get herpes, I want it to be
from Ben. Can you imagine that? Bro,
I want like
near your lip.
Yeah,
fucking Ben gave me herpes.
Ben Affleck, goddamn it, you know him. He do what he do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that TMZ report coming out.
Well, could you imagine being Eskimo brothers with
Ben Affleck?
Bro? That's gotta land you.
You know what an Eskimo brother is?
Yeah, I know what an Eskimo.
Hell yeah.
For any of you guys that don't know what an Eskimo brother is, Eskimo brother is when you sleep with a girl that somebody else slept with. So that those two people are now connected forever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That would be, brothers. Yeah.
That's wild.
I would love to be Eskimo brothers with him. So
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So
I'll drug him. I don't care. We just need to make it happen. You know what I mean?
Fucking
anything to make my wife happy is really what.
You're such a family man.
I know. Great Ben Affleck to make my wife happy. That's what I would do for a Klondike bar. So.
Oh yeah. You gonna do me up?
Yeah.
Throw a fresh grapefruit in there, would you? Hey.
All right.
You've been out for a minute. If you're out, just say so. Closed mouths don't get fed, bro.
That's true.
So, dude, thanks for coming out on the show.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're like, you want to come over? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to come over.
I've been trying to get you on the show for like a month and a half now. So I'm glad you're here. Mm-hmm. This is our setup. It's still a work in progress, but
it's not bad. I mean, it's not great. If you saw the other side of this camera, you guys would be disappointed.
That is very true.
But it's not bad. I mean, we're working on it. Yeah. Unfortunately, we've spent a lot of money. Surprisingly, you wouldn't.
Fortunately, okay. I'm trying to retire here.
Wouldn't that be nice?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He goes off of the count, and it's actually legitimately pretty accurate. So. Legitimately pretty accurate.
Is that mine or his?
Cheers.
Awesome. You were a smart man. You Ubered here today.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
It's an expensive ass Uber, but.
Is it?
I was like, what's Cross?
Where are you coming from?
I live pretty far.
About a half hour away?
The city, yeah.
Where?
West Valley.
Oh, you live in West Valley?
Yeah.
Dude, and you didn't drive your cop car? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
Oh, you fucking cats out of that for anybody.
Dude, I 100% would have.
Yeah, fuck that.
No, you're a good person. That's cool.
That's cool, man.
It is kind of expensive. It's not that. I mean, it's like, how much was it?
It was like $25.
It's a lot cheaper than my Uber ride.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, but you're probably gonna crash.
I live
here,
down
right?
in Utah County. Yeah, I'll probably crash here.
Yeah.
So I live down in Utah County. I definitely won't take. Hey, Jesus, take the wheel and drive home.
Jesus, I love that song.
Hey, cheers, man.
Man. Yeah, no, yeah. Fuck that, I ain't gonna drive.
Good for you. Yeah, that's a good person.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have done it either.
Smart.
I would have Ubered
Smart.
too. What's the weirdest Uber ride you guys have ever had? Because there's some weird motherfuckers.
Dude, the one that I had today was kind of so. It was like a 98, like 95, 98 freaking Chevy Trailblazer that pulled up, right?
It was just an old car.
Yeah, it was just like this old ass fucking Chevy, right? I climb in and like it's clean, but you could tell that it's been owned by multiple people before.
Mm-hmm.
This guy probably got it out of like a junkyard or some shit. And, like,
Fuck yeah!
Like it's probably some old tweaker car.
Do you need another soda?
No, I got it.
And I'm just sitting in there. I'm like, there's a funk coming out of these fucking seats.
Probably a dead body, bro.
Probably.
He's like, hey, would you mind helping me bury something?
Like, there's a funk coming out of his seats. And like, all right, whatever. I look over at the guy's dash, and like all the lights are fucking on his dash. I'm like, God, I hope we make it.
Jesus.
Was that Lyft or Uber?
Hey, cheers,
Lyft.
man. Hey, to batteries and buttholes, two things we shouldn't lick, but we do anyway.
I'm like, this is fucking weird. And he's just playing some like old ass like oldies, but it's not good oldies, you know?
Yeah. Well, like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
was it like 50s? Like,
yeah. So I made to the moon.
Yeah.
What are oldies to you?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're younger than us,
Like,
so.
Because Darian, oldies to him is like ludicrous.
All right, like 70s, 80s music, but it's not like
The good ones?
Good 70s, 80s music. I'm like, what the fuck are you?
Yeah. I do hate that they get to just play their own music, and I feel rude, but I'm like, I'm the one tipping you and paying for it. I don't want to listen to your crap music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw on some ludicrous.
Luda. Yeah. What's oldies to you, Jeremy?
Oldies
like 70s and 80s music, which makes me feel.
Yeah, but I would say that when I listen to radio stations, that's what they say is oldies. They're like oldies, 70s and 80s. So I think if somebody said
like what, the rock, R&B,
all of it.
Really?
Yeah, I would say it's all oldies.
So if it's rock, it's classic rock. It's not oldies.
Yeah,
it's classic rock.
Yeah, I would count that as old.
Classic. See, when I think of oldies, I'm thinking of like Marvin Gaye, some Al Green. That's oldies to me.
See, and I think
like
oldies
shit.
See, I think oldies always has like it's always like a guitar.
Like some
so it's like Jim
Rosian originals. Or...
Ooh,
damn,
is that what it is? This one's Rosie. Angel Baby.
Angel Baby. And you got like the Mr. Capone remix, which is
fuck yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I think oldies is when I think of oldies, I think of oldies with guitar. So any guitar solo, Jim Croce, James Taylor, those guys I would count as oldies.
Okay. I guess I'll give that to you. It is old.
Because here's the thing, I think Commodores, Marvin Gaye, that stuff, I don't even think of that as old for some reason. I'm always just like, oh, that's making love music.
Still relevant.
Yeah. There's nothing.
Well, then again, you consider Boys to Men a boys band.
That is a boys band. It is a boys band. The fact that they're like, baby, I love you. It's the same dance.
That's like the whole reason I was like, I gotta come on this fucking show so I can argue this point.
It's 100% a boys band, and so the only argument that comes across is boys bands are pop and R&B. It doesn't matter if you have 30 dudes or one dude. It's just R&B, and I disagree.
Because what was your defense when I said Bone Thugs and Harmony?
There's only two of them.
There was like four.
There was like five of them.
Then I don't know.
They all just kind of quit.
Yeah.
No, yeah, hold on. They were rap though.
Yeah, but
no, the rap doesn't count.
But
raps out. It's all of it's vocal. Really, that's what it is.
Their shit was pretty vocal.
No,
they're literally called Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, but that was because the dude was named. That's because the dude. That's because that was his actual name was Harmony. He didn't. Yeah, it wasn't great. But I would count them as I don't really know because I don't know Bone Thugs and Harmony that much. I know like 2 songs.
So,
Every time I'm gonna be honest, I'm only cultured in like white people music. I've realized since knowing Devin, I only know he'll be like, "Dude, do you remember this song?" And I'll be like, "Dude, I'm not gangster." I realized I grew up in a very.
So he's your like.
He's my black friend.
He's your pass. He's your pass, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Every time it's R&B, rap, stuff that I don't know. I know like Tupac and I know DMX. Like I know Tupac and beyond and no rap. Before then, not really a whole lot other than like a hip hop. You don't stop. You want So
now what you
that's the type of stuff. But he realized he has shown me, especially lately, I don't really know a lot of like gangster stuff from before 1990s or and that's pretty much it. Because it's not like you don't play like a whole lot of R&B. It's mostly
there's
rap.
not really any gangster rap before the 90s.
So I just don't know rap then. I know gangster rap. I just don't know rap.
You know famous gangster rap. You don't know like a lot of other gangster rap is what it is.
You don't know like the Chicano rap or
Lil Rob, that doesn't count, bro.
South Park Mexican, SPM.
Yeah.
That was a great rapper. I know a lot of his songs.
You guys remember Lil Rob?
Yeah, I love Lil Rob. I got his autograph once.
Watching sun go down. So we having a party.
This is what I'm talking about, dude. I know lyrics. To a
like them summer nights.
Damn.
Like, oh,
Also, actually, I'll do that off camera. But yeah, I realize I don't know a lot of rap, and I need to get more into it.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna look at you. I wouldn't second guess it. You're fine. Yeah.
I get burned by the moon on cloudy nights.
Is mayo a little too spicy for you?
You know what's surprising? I'm a quarter Mexican. You couldn't tell when I go to my family parties.
It
looks ridiculous. I know. I look.
What's funny is I'm also a quarter Mexican. My mom's half Mexican, but you would not know it. Prove it.
Speaking since we're on race, and then we'll immediately get off of this. Do any dumb people think that you're Middle Eastern?
Yeah.
Dude,
okay.
I'm brown.
All the time.
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
And I started speaking Spanish for some reason.
I'm like, God, he's cultured.
What a cultured young man.
You know what's funny is when they go, when like Levi goes on a call or something like that, and they turn to him and they start speaking Spanish to him, and he's like, I don't know what you're saying.
We get that a lot where I swear it's the name Martinez. Yeah. If they're the name Martinez, they ain't speaking Spanish. Yeah. It's just not in there.
That's so funny, dude.
I just wanted to know if you've ever gotten the Middle Eastern thing.
Because you look like you speak 11 different languages.
Oh, God. I
speak 2. Deal.
I'm just saying, but you look like you do. Right?
English, Spanish, and I can order a drink in Japanese.
Do it. If you were in Japan right now, what would you order?
Ichichuhai onegaishimasu.
Is that legit?
That sounded legit. The last part did. I don't know the first part.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I know how to say like thank you, I'm sorry. Because I said when I went to Japan, I said sorry like all the time.
I love Japan.
Oh, dude, isn't it the best place on the planet?
It's the greatest place ever. I was stationed there for 2 years.
Oh, lucky bastard.
Dude, I loved it.
Yeah. I went there only for 2 weeks.
You were stationed in Japan for 2 years, and you can only order one drink.
I was drunk like 90% of the time.
So he's like, yeah. So I went to a bar, I'd order a drink, and then I'd be done.
Yeah.
And then I would get a taxi home. I could get a taxi home.
That's all my tattoos are done in Japan. Like I did the old thing. Yeah.
So one thing that me and my buddies from my old unit were planning is so our barracks number was 318, and in Japanese that's Sani Chiachi, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're planning on getting Sani Chiachi like tattooed somewhere on us. I'm probably gonna do it right here, but in crayon, right?
In crayon?
Yeah.
I don't think you can get tattooed in crayon. You mean it's gonna look like
it's
crayon?
Gonna look like crayon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Is it's
you can't eat your tattoo, right?
So as drunk as we were, like you could be in the middle of nowhere. If you could hail a cab and you just tell them, Sonny Chiachi, they'll know you're trying to get to base, and they know that's your barracks number, and they take you there.
Badass.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Every time I went into an Uber, because we Ubered everywhere, they would immediately bring up Donald Trump. Every time. Every time I went there, they're like, oh, the president was Donald Trump. And you're like, yep. And you're like, fuck, we're going to go down this again. Yep, that's our leader. Like, okay. And we kind of just get off and then we go.
What's great is that everybody there speaks just a little bit of English for you.
Barely.
But just enough to get by.
I swear it was only enough to talk shit to me. And then I was like, cool.
Jonah,
and then I would say,
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, and then
Jonah
bro,
Hill.
you know what though? Legit, I don't know why, because I'm not that pretty. I got Jonah Hill every time I've been out of the country. Every time I go out of the country, you know what you look like? And I'm like, you motherfucker, I will karate chop you right. And then they're like, Jonah Hill. I'm like, fuck you. China, same thing. I got Jonah Hill 3 times in China, only once in Japan, and that was enough.
So we had a guy in my old unit, and he looked just kind of like Dolph Lundgren, like a young
sweet.
Dolph Lundgren.
That's sexy.
Badass, yeah.
So anytime we go out to the bars with him, we'd like pull up a picture of Dolph Lundgren on like Google and shit.
Give
Be like,
free
look,
drinks? Hell yeah.
big action movie star, big action movie star. And then,
See, that's what I should have done. Is
Yeah.
I should have been like, yeah, I'm Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
And then just like,
It's like
and
Jonah
then,
Hill calls you one day, hey, bro, are you telling people in China that you're me? And why
And
do
they're
I
like-
have 3 speeding tickets?
they're like, get fuck Jonah, and then I'd like flip them off. That's pretty badass.
Is Jonah, is he back to being fat? Or is he?
I think he's skinny.
I think he's in the middle.
I know he lost a shit ton of weight, but then he gained it back. So I don't know where he's at.
I think he's gained it back.
Yeah, he's gained it back.
Yeah, he's gained it back. Yeah, Japan is like legit. If I could, the only thing I didn't like in Japan was that they constantly do the X.
No gaijin.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
What is that?
It depends. No outsider.
What do you mean? Like,
So
if you're not from there, you can't go
yeah.
in?
So like if you're white or you're obviously not Japanese
brother.
and you go into like a bar or a restaurant or something like
Or
that.
for a massage.
Yeah, they'll be like no gaijin.
But they do that. They do it like they don't just say no. They go no gaijin, and you're like, all right. I'm gonna be honest. Like if you just said no, I'd be fine. But for some reason, the hand things makes me want to throw hands. I'm immediately like, hey, you need to not fucking do that.
Well, because you gotta think like from their perspective, like dude, fucking Americans are obnoxious and rude, and
we do suck.
we expect you to accommodate us versus us to accommodate your culture.
Damn it.
I know,
Yeah,
you're
you're making
making
me
sense.
see it
I
from
know.
some other people's perspective, and I don't like that. I usually only see it from mine.
So
so I was-
American of you.
Yeah, no, I was pissed. I'm gonna be honest. The first time that happened, I was talking with a cop, and I was just like bullshitting with him.
Like,
He
what
goes,
the fuck do you
and he goes,
mean?
no, and I'm like, I'm gonna fight a cop on my first day here. Like, I'm gonna fucking fight you. What? And then another girl did it to me. So at first I was like, that cop was just a dick, right? It's just this one guy. Then I went to a massage parlor, and I was like, hey, I need sucky fucky. No, I was just like, hey, I need a massage, and they were like, no gajin, and I'm like, lady,
Why? Like,
Probably because they assumed that
you want to
there
sucky
for-
fucky, bro.
which I don't. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but I'm not going. That's not what I was going there for.
Yeah, sometimes you just want a nice rub down
Yeah,
on your penis. So,
yeah. Japan was, and that's. I want to go there. I want to go back there again. I'm going to be honest. I did assume that a lot more people would be dressed in cosplay. I know that's a little. I don't want to say racist, but like culturistic.
and then everybody tells
What part of Japan did you go to?
So I went all over. So I did Tokyo for a week. I did Kyoto and Osaka for about 4 or 5 days. I stayed a night. Do you know the Aokigahara, the suicide forest?
Yeah.
So I stayed a night there, and then I spent 1 night 2 nights in this like farm town called Nantan.
So I was stationed in Iwakuni, which is on the mainland.
Okay.
Like the majority of Marines that go to Japan get stationed on Okinawa. which is a fucking hellhole because it's just a tiny ass island.
Yeah.
And so it's just you and 10,000 other Marines, and then the locals, which are pissed off because you're there and you're
also culturalistically way different than the mainland.
Yeah.
In Okinawa.
Okinawa, the way that I would compare it is like the Texas of Japan.
Yeah.
You know, they're like they're their own nation.
Yeah.
You don't refer to an Okinawan as a Japanese person. You refer to them as Okinawan.
Yeah.
Right. You go to the mainland and it's like a completely different culture.
Yeah.
They actually like you there. You know, they don't think that you're there to just run amok. And
I did. My brother backpacked Thailand, Laos, like Vietnam, and all that stuff. We should plan a trip like that.
Yeah,
let's do it in Japan where I don't have to worry about getting killed, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
You're not gonna get kidnapped.
That's the thing. Japan is one of the safest places I've ever been. I've never
gone for a month, and for a month, backpack, plane ticket, and everything was less than $2,000.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, so because my birthday's coming up, right? So my wife was looking at.
Let's backpack through Thailand for your birthday.
No,
I would backpack through Thailand before I backpacked to Mexico.
So my wife was looking at tickets to go to Japan, right? And it was like $1,300 round trip per person for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's fucking insanely cheap. But then
it's cheaper than going to.
But then you look at restrictions out there, and because
that's the problem right now. Restrictions are crazy. So we did $1,000 round trip for me and my brother, but we did this thing where we bid on upgraded seats. So you bid on like the second class, business class, and then luxury, and you bid how much money you would spend on it. So we ended up getting the second class, which is like more legroom and stuff, and it was like $1,500 for round trip, which isn't bad. Mm-hmm. The problem, because I've thought about doing that lately, is just restrictions in Japan, or like for COVID and stuff is like crazy.
You have the sniffles out there, and you got to wear a mask.
Exactly.
Public, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot COVID's a thing. Fuck.
Yeah. I would do one through Thailand. I don't know if I'd. So. I don't know if I would backpack through Thailand. I think that Japan I would backpack and I wouldn't feel scared at all.
Oh no, yeah,
people are very courteous there. It's very, again, not as many speak English, but I think it would be fine. I'm not really worried about getting raided. Thailand, I'd be a little bit worried, and all of them learn Muay Thai in school.
At such an early age,
yeah, that it would scare me because they could beat the shit out of me.
Yeah,
and then
he said the funniest thing was like legit, he'd be walking on the strip because apparently, like on the tourist towns where it's all like not even like native, it's all tourist people from Australia, everywhere around the world. They all go here, and but they have all the vendors and stuff yelling stuff. He said he's walking down the strip, and one guy was like, "You want lady? You want boy? You want lady boy?"
Hell yeah!
So everywhere we went, that's all you gotta ask.
How were the lady boys?
He didn't say. But I bet he could
say. Like a toiga.
I bet he could. I bet he could say. He didn't say, but I bet he could.
So that was the thing. So China, we got offered prostitutes all the time. Japan less, but we did. And it was one of the scariest interactions I think I've ever had. It was the only time I think I saw Yakuza. Or at least some type of mafioso.
Dude, I bet that would scare the fuck out of me, dude. If I run in, there's a bunch of if you see a bunch of Japan natives, right, and they're all in suits, Yakuza.
Or if they're covered in tats, holy shit.
Well, so that's the thing, though. And that's, honestly, if I was to get tattoos, the Yakuza only get tattoos to about mid-arm. So that way they can wear suits and you don't notice. So when we went, my brother went to a place... in case my mom's watching, it was not for hookers. It was just this random thing.
Yeah.
And so I went there with him, and he goes into a room, and I stand outside next to this Yakuza guy. 100%. If he wasn't Yakuza, then this is weird. But I was just sitting there, and a guy that's like 5'4". I've never been more scared of a guy that's 5'4" ever in my life. And also in Japan, I'm like, this guy's 100% packing. Like a firearm for sure. Like I've got nothing. So if my brother starts messing up, I gotta leave. Like I gotta just be like, kill him.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. I've got a family and kids and shit. So yeah, it was the only time I'm gonna be honest though, I was kind of hoping that they would recruit me. I don't know what I would do for the Yakuza, but I was hoping to move my family to Japan.
Russian mafia story.
Yeah. But if I could get moved to Japan with the Yakuza, I'm gonna be honest, I probably would do it.
That would be dope.
So if you're watching Yakuza and you want to sponsor this show, I'll go to Japan.
Yeah.
Did you see that they're actually paying people? You can buy houses in Japan if you live there 9 months out of the year for $500. Yeah, in like smaller towns, right? Like 2 hours from a train ride from Tokyo.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah,
Wow. That'd be fun. Anyway, how do we get from talking about big ass families to Asian hookers? Oh yeah, it's the top shelf. That's how.
How long have we been going? 1:30.
1:30.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we should probably end there with an hour 30. So
by when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for again.
These things go right through you, man.
Yeah, they really do.
Thanks so much for coming out on the podcast.
Of course, this was a lot of fun.
We've been wanting you on for quite a while now, and I'm so glad that you were able to free up your calendar and give us some time. So that's awesome.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much.
This
was a lot of fun.
Came out.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming out.
We'll definitely have you on again, man. That'd be awesome.
All right.
So
yeah.
Right.
Anyway, guys, thanks you for dropping into the Top Shelf. Again, like and subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, obviously.
Also,
watch our subs, subscribe.
If you want t-shirts, let us know. Let us know if you want a t-shirt.
Topshelf@gmail.com. Send us an email if you want to be on the show or if you want a t-shirt. They run about $25, so let us know and we'll hook you up with the t-shirt because they're pretty badass. So, and
any last words?
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. And what's your wife's name?
Caitlin.
Caitlin, if you're watching, thank you so much for letting Rocky here come hang out. So
yeah, thank you guys so much. And
she's driving into work right now, so
she'll watch it. She'll watch it.
Yeah, we're gonna make her. No, all right, guys. Love you guys so much. Have a good one.
Have a good night. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.